You might have heard all the horror stories about auctions. People losing hundreds of thousands of pounds, buying a property that they didn't understand comes with all the problems. This video will break it down for you and make it as simple as possible. Okay, let me give you a quick breakdown of auctions so you understand the fundamentals and the basics. Auctions are usually problem properties or repossession properties. They're not flips that have been done where people have bought, refurbed and selling them at the high end. There's always something wrong with an auction property, and it's your job to identify it in order to maximize the money from it. So let me give you an example of some of the problems that you will find in auction properties. Structural, damp, mold, issue with titles, meaning that you might not get full ownership. It might be a possessory title. And with a possessory title, it means that the person selling the property doesn't have the deeds, and you have to wait approximately 12 years before you can actually become the legal owner. But you do find properties that are 50% cheaper. So if you've got a great solicitor and you can do your due diligence correctly, that's a good one. You will also find that when it comes to repossession properties, the lenders are trying to sell them pretty quick, so there's a deal to be done there, but a lot of them have tenants in situ. Now, tenants in situ can be a problem because the tenants might not have paid their rent for a long period of time. Again, it's problems that you have to overcome. So when it comes to auctions, knowing everything that you can know is key, but you also need to be around people like me who can actually tell you, yes, this works, no, it doesn't work. And that's why these videos are so important. When you're looking online at auction properties, you will see modern method of auction, which is a term that estate agents use now. You have the one that you all probably know, I Am Sold, and then you have your auction houses like Bond Wolf, you've got Savills, you've got Allsops, Under the Hammer, Auction House. There's lots and lots of different places that you can find properties, and they're all good, but they all have a way about them. 10% deposit must be paid the minute that you agree the price online. They'll have your card details, it'll automatically come off. If you do it pre-auction, they will take a payment off you before they move any further and take it off the auction. And post-auction, it's exactly the same. This leads me on to the most important part of auction, reading the legal pack. Reading the legal pack is so important. If you don't read the legal pack, you are uneducated. But if you've been told by people like me and other people to read it and you don't, then you're just an idiot. So in the legal pack, you get all of the documentation that comes with the property. You get the EPC, you get the title register, you get the special conditions, you get reports, you get contracts, you get everything in the legal pack. The most important one to read is the special conditions, because in that special conditions, the contract, there will be hidden fees. Now, you might think that you're paying a 10% deposit and you're paying auction fees that are highlighted of £1,500 or £3,000. In the special conditions, there could be hidden fees up to £10,000, £15,000 on top. Now, once you pay that 10% deposit, if you haven't read these special conditions and your solicitor then informs you afterwards, this £10,000, £15,000 extra has to be paid. There's no way around it. There's no way that you can avoid it. It has to be paid. And a lot of people don't read the legal pack, fall foul to this, and then they're in trouble. This is a real life property that was bought at Bond Wolf auction. And what I did when I buy properties, or what I do when I buy property, should I say, is I come and view the property. I take a look at it first. I make sure I'm looking for everything that I mentioned when it comes to damp, mold, structural issues, subsidence. I want to check the roof, I want to check the guttering, I want to check the windows, the doors, I want to check the kitchen, the bathrooms. One of the main things I want to do is make sure it has as many bedrooms as it states on the listing. A lot of auction houses have this way of using office admin as a get out of jail free card. And let me explain that to you. A lot of auction houses in the past used to put houses with 3 bedrooms when there were 2, houses with 4 bedrooms when there was 3. But in the small print it says, do your own due diligence and all the information might not be correct. So you are valuing your property as a 3-bedroom, but in fact it's actually a 2 on the title register or the deeds. And a lot of people make this mistake and it costs them a lot of money. So that's a great tip for you guys. I like to walk around the property. I like to see it myself. I like to have a look at the kitchen, the bathrooms, like I said, the windows, the doors. I make a full list of what needs to be done to the property. But the main things that I look for when I'm in the property or outside the property is definitely the roof. Is there any leaks? Is there any problems with it? I like to look at the gutters. Are there any blockages that can cause any damp issues? And then I like to go in the gardens and I like to have a look around the gardens to see if there are any hidden fees. Now, big gardens usually mean expense, and a lot of people overlook gardens because you've got overgrown ponds in there, you might have sheds and greenhouses, it might go back a lot further. That's why looking at the title plan tells you the border of what your garden is. And when it comes to refurb costs, because everyone's so fixed on the house, they overlook the gardens. Let's say you like a property that you found at auction and you understand that the legal pack is the key. You need to know about the finance side of it. So auctions have stipulations, 28 days to complete, 56 days to complete. So you need to find a solicitor that can actually make that happen. Not all conveyancing solicitors, property solicitors, are as good as they say they are. You need to speak to them and say, I've got 28 days to complete. I've got 56 days to complete. Can you make that happen before you spend any money whatsoever? You also need to speak to a broker if you're looking at finance. Now, most properties that are in auction are bought using something called bridging finance, which is a short-term lending. 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, 24 months. And bridging finance is your best friend, but it can also be very expensive if you don't understand it. So having a mortgage broker on hand is so important to helping you making all the right decisions. On the day you view the property, make sure you take a walk around the local area, because if you're looking at doing a flip, you want to see what the comparables are like, what the houses are like around there, and what level are they done up to. If you're looking at renting it out, you kind of understand the area, you can see what tenants are going to move in, speak to people in the shops, in the hairdressers, nail salons, get a good understanding of the area that you're buying in if you don't know it, because the area defines capital appreciation, rental income, what type of tenants are going to live there, and again, it's part of the due diligence process that needs to be done. One of the things that I get asked the most is, should I do a survey on the property before I buy it at auction, just in case there's a problem that I can't spot? Can you imagine how much it's going to cost you to do a survey on every property that you look at in auction? Surveys start from £350 and go up to £1,000. And if you're looking at 5-10 properties, can you afford to pay £1,500 to £5,000-10,000 every single month that you're searching for your first property? Auctions are a great way of making money, but you've got to be educated and you've got to understand how to do it. I do an online auction course and it's £995. It's the most in-depth course this country has ever seen, because I've bought over 40 properties at auction, and to spend £1,000 on education when you're about to spend 80, 100, 150, 200,000 pound at auction is a no-brainer. And the other day I actually had a student who saved £25,000 because he did, right on time, because he did my auction online masterclass and he spotted something that then he found in the property and it saved him £25,000. So yeah, online auction masterclass is there, emails below if you want to get access to it. When you put your offer forward, you've got to pay a 10% deposit, whether that's pre-auction, in auction or post-auction. I'm a big fan of buying post-auction, meaning if something didn't sell in the auction, I feel like there's a better deal to be done afterwards, because the person selling the property expects it to sell. No one ever thinks it's not going to sell. And when it doesn't sell, they know that if they don't sell it in the post-auction, they've got to wait another 6 to 8 weeks for the next auction to come by. So you can pick up great deals post-auction. That being said, you can also pick up great deals pre-auction, because again, people want to sell quick. That's why they use auctions. Let me do a quick breakdown of my top tips. View the property, read the legal pack, walk around the area, get a great solicitor, get a great broker, understand what you're getting into when it comes to auction. Pre-auction, post-auction are best. Doesn't mean there's a deal can't be done on the day, but it is what it is pre and post because it's easier to get a deal done in my experience. Online is great, in person is so much better. Estate agents using the modern method of auction is just a way of saying, we want more money off you, but a deal can be done. And if you take all these points and you listen to what I say, you will navigate auctions better and you will have the potential of getting a better outcome because you've listened to what I've said. Don't jump in blind. Don't go to an auction and buy a property that you didn't want and you haven't viewed. That is where most people make the biggest mistakes that I've seen in property. And another thing I want you to pay attention to is non-standard construction. This is a property that is a timber or a steel built house or property. These are very difficult to get mortgages on. You'll get bridging finance and you can pay for it cash, but then when it comes to turning it into a buy to let to rent out, a lot of lenders don't want to know, and the ones that do know, interest rates are a little bit higher and it's a little bit more of a deposit. So non-standard construction, which means non-brick, timber and steel, please pay attention to that. If you follow what I said in this video, you will have less problems than you would have if you're going into an auction blind. And the day that you collect the keys to your property is something that you need to celebrate. So many people overlook the celebration stage. Massive achievement, massive milestone when you get keys, whether it's your first one or your 50th.